What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another live stream during market open. For those that have never joined us, we go live Monday through Friday the entire time the stock is open, or the entire time the market is open, meaning that we usually go during pre-market hours, and then we kind of just talk about kind of stocks that are trending or some suggestions that those that tune in, members from TechBot Solutions that end up, just suggesting certain stocks for us to analyze. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes for everyone to start tuning in. I do want to let you guys know that we have over 35,000 members within our group. The Facebook link is down below. It is a free group that you can join, and all we ask you to do is to provide a supportive environment for both new and experienced traders. We have 3 rules with TechBot Solutions. We don't trade based on anyone else's opinion. We don't invest in what we don't understand, and we always have a plan when trading. So I just want to make sure you guys lead by example. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. The reason why, as you guys can tell by the title, first of all, none of this information back here on the left-hand side is mine. It's Sergio's, so please stop asking if I'm doing anything when it comes to that. I'm not, but just wanted to make sure that that is clear. I'm going to give it a couple seconds so everyone can start tuning in, but it looks like everyone's now here. I'm going to go over a couple stocks that I think are doing pretty well, but it's no surprise that today, based on the stocks that a majority of us are watching, are not performing the way that we expected them to. And a lot of people are trying to force trades, and there's a lot of people that, because of forcing trades, are seeing red days. And that's one of the most important things, guys. I know this is kind of like a lighthearted type of video, or at least that's kind of what I'm directing it to. I am not, affiliated with Captain Crunch or anything like that. I just thought it'd be funny. I always wake up like at 5:30 in the morning. It's super early, and all the videos about stocks are just so boring because people make them. I'm sure some of my videos are very boring because all we talk about are about like technical analysis, margin for profits, and it's just not the most exciting thing, at least not for a lot of people. And I think, showing and then making it kind of like lighthearted that, like, look guys, it's early in the morning, there's nothing that's performing the way that we expected, and how about we call it, trading stocks and eating, well, trading stocks and cereal. I guess that doesn't make much sense. I just didn't feel like I could use Captain Crunch berries, but that's exactly what I'm eating around. None of my roommates like it, but the reason why, it's early, stocks are not performing the way, the stocks that I was analyzing that I thought had potential aren't performing the way that I expected them, except for 2 stocks. And I'm going to talk about them right now. And I just thought I'd make somewhat of like a lighthearted type of video, directing you guys to never force a trade when it comes down to, not seeing potential. A lot of people that are seeing red days today are because, they made the mistake and they're sharing it within the group chat, forcing their trade. They didn't see any potential, so they just jumped on the first thing that somewhat showed, somewhat potential. And guys, that's not what we're here to do. We're only here to trade, the best quality stocks. Look, I still have the Robinhood app on my phone, and it says CIE is down, APRI is down, NVAX is down, ZN is down. They're down 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. Wow. And then all my alerts through TD Ameritrade, the Thinkorswim platform, all my alerts are going off. A majority of the stocks that I'm looking at are breaking out these supports. Guys, tomorrow, because they're dropping so much that, that's why I always say that I love chasing red stocks, because the following day, because they're dropping so much tomorrow, it builds that much more margin for profit. So again, take a step back, reanalyze stock, dedicate a little bit more time to identify potential and plan out your trades for tomorrow, but do that today. Therefore, you're that much more prepared for tomorrow. But again, if it doesn't play out the way like you were planning to for tomorrow, then again, don't force it. That's one of the biggest recommendations that I can have. I'm only trading one thing right now, and that is JDST from the alert that I sent you guys out at $59. Right now, it ended up during pre-market hours breaking highs of 62.37. Right now, it's still holding above 61. It did see a pullback, and it wasn't something that it was seen. It looks like right after it broke this $61.50 support, ever since then, it's been showing signs of downward momentum. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, and then for those that are tuning in, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate a couple minutes to answering some of your guys' questions, just because, again, I'm only going to be analyzing 2 stocks and the ones that I think have potential, and that's really just it. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen, and then we can go from there. Alrighty, so I'm going to move my watch list over there. This is JDST. So if you guys saw that a couple days ago, I called it when it was sub 60. So let's do a 5-day analysis. It bounced at lows of 58, and it's done that multiple times But we knew that an overall solid support was around $59 based on its previous trend. So it used to hold pretty well about $59. Some of you guys waited till it broke above 60, 100% understandable. Just know that it does have somewhat of a resistance, as we can see, at $62. So what I mean by that is if we draw a nice little line like this, as you can see, once it does break above, it holds pretty well. Has a resistance at around 65. So when it breaks above 65, it doesn't hold very well. Not all the time, but then when it breaks through and it holds well, then it has a margin from 65 to 70. So I guess I'll just draw these margins out there for you. Okay, so there's this margin right here, there's a margin right here, and then there's a little tight margin from 58 to 60. Right now we're in this margin from 60 to 62. As you can see, we called that one out perfectly, but I called it out when it was sub 59. As you can see, that was yesterday, and we got in at a pretty good entry. Right now we're just seeing a retraction, and we're seeing it potentially break below. Let me turn on my level 2. So we have a couple buyers here at 60.97, sellers at 61.04. Once we see, that's why it's so important to be able to see. So it looks like now we have some buyers at 61, so we might see a bounce. But if we have some that give out for the selling side, then we're most likely going to drop below 61. Regardless, understanding where JDST stands based on, whoa, okay, it looks like some sellers are giving out. Based on where JDST stands, yeah, just broke below 61. So based on where JDST stands, based on this, it's a 180-day analysis. But if we go back like 30 days, you could see that the place that we're at right now, around $60, has been a previous support and has a previous margin from 60 to 65. And that's why I called it out. I saw potential in it. In no way does that mean that you guys have to trade it or see potential in it either. Again, we're all different, have different styles of trading. Obviously, mine's technical. I'm way more of a conservative trader with the way that I approach, what it is that I do. But I thought it made sense, from the margins that we're able to identify from 60 to 62, that was more than enough profit to, be able to take home. I did not lock it in just yet. I'm going to be waiting for a bounce based on its previous trends. We're going to be expecting a bounce around like 60, 50, something around there. Hopefully we can push on back through around 61. As you can see, I have my alert set, so I can be selling at around 62, which is going to be at the resistance. I just have to be a little bit patient. But let me go ahead and move on to the next one, and that's going to be AMD. People might be asking, well, what the heck, Ricky? This was, based on the video that I made yesterday. If you guys have not checked that one out, I made it very late for those that were in on the Eastern Standard Time. It's the top 5 stocks I'm buying for August 2017. Since you guys liked the one that I made so much last month for, let's see if I could see it here. Man, I always miss it. Did I miss it? And no, it's not there. Oh, popular videos, right there. So I made that one. It looks like you guys really enjoyed it, so that's why I made the one for August. And I just, again, broke down every single stock, tried to identify potential, and that was really just it. AMD was one of those stocks, but people might be asking, well, Ricky, what the heck? It's at $13. Again, I'm not going to buy in until it starts showing signs of upward momentum. When people in the team were asking me like what it was that I was waiting for, I was waiting for the break above 1350, and that was really just it. It never broke above 1350. Ended up hitting highs of like, once it bounced, I think of highs of like 1345. Let's see if I could actually, no, I wouldn't be able to capture. Let's see the 1 minute chart. Yeah, 1346. 1346 was on the initial bounce. Didn't actually break through, and that's why it's so important, guys, to set a critical point. I thought 1350 was a pretty solid point, and never broke above it. So therefore, it wasn't breaking resistance, wasn't truly showing signs of upward momentum. Although we had a little bounce, again, not every bounce, as you can tell, is going to be one that holds. You want to make sure that you identify a critical point, like 1350. That's the one I identified. And it comes down to like, if it broke above that and I see that it's holding well, then I know that it's breaking these resistance and then, starting to show signs of upward momentum. But until now, AMD is not doing the best at the specific moment. I'm not going to chase this one. But what I do see is, whoa, way too far. But what I do see based on, I guess I am going to have to do a 180-day analysis. Based on this trend that we've been calling out, as you guys can see, consistent signs of upward momentum, we need to really wait for a bounce. And I'm not too sure if that's going to be at $13, but I'm going to wait. And if I'm going to have to wait till it breaks above 1350, then so be it. I am, giving it a little bit more of a margin to make up. But I want to make sure that every stock that I capture is a good quality stock. And The only way that I can do that is if I follow the specific criteria that, I've created to label a stock as a good stock. And that's why we have that primary pick checklist, allowing you to kind of jot down what it is that you label as a good quality stock, and then only focus on the stocks and only invest in those stocks that meet all those criteria. And it's as simple as that, guys. So, okay, so I'm getting a couple DMs, but thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes, and I'm gonna start answering some questions within the live chat. Again, today's video was kind of just to remind you guys to not force a trade. For those that tuned in a little bit late, obviously today is not the greenest day when it comes down to like how all the stocks are performing right now. There's just so many stocks that are seeing because of all their earnings reports, seeing like 5% on average. It's ridiculous, right? Especially the stocks that we're usually trading. What does that mean? There's nothing wrong with just taking a step back, seeing how everything plays out. And then once the market closes, dedicate a little bit more time to do your technical analysis, identify that potential, and be that much more prepared for tomorrow's market open. Have a good plan. Share your ideas within the group. Again, the Facebook group is down below if you're not a part of it already. But just have fun with it. And it's really annoying that like there's so many people creating different types of videos about stocks, especially when I was trying to learn a couple of years ago about how to trade stocks. And it's just, with all due respect, it was just a little bit, of the older generation, and they had their own approach that was very traditional. And I don't think that's very entertaining. And that's why I just wanted to be like, look, how funny would it be? Like, it's early in the morning. We all wake up super early, still with those like eye boogers on our eyes. And we're just super pumped to trade. And that's really always what we're focusing on. Let's take a step back. Let's understand what it is that we're doing. Let's be serious when it comes to investing and always have a plan. But when it comes down to, things not performing the way that we expected, take a step back. Set your alerts, turn on, if you want to watch Netflix or something, get a bowl of Captain Crunch berries. No, don't. Again, this isn't like a brand deal or anything like that. You can get any cereal. This is just the one that I like. Not really though. I thought I liked it a little bit more than I did, but definitely not the best. So again, I uploaded a video yesterday for the top 5 stocks. If you guys haven't checked that out, I'd encourage you guys to check that out. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know how you guys think I can actually improve that video. I'm going to be uploading a video today about the McLaren that we bought. So it's the McLaren MP412C. I have a nice little edit for you guys, so I hope you guys are excited for that. If you guys don't want me to be uploading many car videos, then simply let me know. Again, I'm here to create content that you guys ask for and recommend. And if that's not something that you guys want me to focus on, then it's as simple as that. Oh, look, we got our first stock that's up through Robinhood. ASTC is up 10.78%. But guys, we know how delayed Robinhood is with those notifications. So we have some people saying, I want some freaking Captain Crunch. Alex was just saying, dang, Ricky, sure is taking a long happy hour. That is right, my friend. Let's see. JDST is still holding. I'm going to put it back at that 1 minute chart and then just kind of watch it and set my alerts. But let's go ahead and I'm going to start answering some of your guys' questions. Shoe Addict, Ricky, can you respond to my DM? Yes, I'm going to be going through all my emails. So right after this live stream, I'm going to dedicate about 30 minutes to an hour responding to all the direct messages that I have, at least a majority of them. Guys, I know you guys wouldn't believe it, but I get probably like 15 to 20 DMs on Instagram. I get maybe 30 to 40 on Facebook, and I have to approve all those, and they're not short, I mean, I thank you guys for reaching out to me. And that doesn't include the maybe like 50 to 60 emails that we receive per day, and then all the post requests, and then all the direct messages through like the GroupMe app and then the Discord app. And it's just a lot of stuff. So that's why I take somewhat longer times to respond. It looks like we just broke above $61 for JDST, but I do have an amazing team that's helping me, respond as quick as possible. So when I asked you guys, I was like, do you guys want me to make a video about the McLaren? Peter Winkle was like, car videos are only cool if you burn out. Well, I wouldn't be able to burn out in that car. At least I wouldn't feel comfortable, and it's all-wheel drive. So I don't know how that would work. I guess I can launch it for you guys if that's what you guys want, but don't think that's the best for the car. Shuadik says, I'm in Arizona. I would love to meet and connect with you. Oh, I think I do remember your direct message. I just didn't get time to respond, so I'll definitely get back to you today, bud. Hey, Ricky, do you recommend the broker Sure Trader? I am from Germany and I hate the pattern day trading rule. So I know that Sure Trader because I think it's not based in the United States. It doesn't have to go under the PDT rule. But when it comes down to it, guys, you guys have to understand there's just so many different brokerage company options. And for all those that always like message me that you guys are outside the United States or for, is there an alternative to not be under the PDT rule? Understand if you're choosing to go with a brokerage company that's under the within the United States, there's no way around it other than having a cash account and not being under that rule and having enough money in your account to be able to day trade. That's the only way around it. Again, I've made a video specifically about that specific topic. The only thing I can suggest is you guys are asking me for about my opinion on a specific brokerage company that I've never, used. I'd be more than happy to look into it for you guys. But something that I would recommend to please do your own DD, right? Regardless of if I do a video and give my own opinion, it comes down to you guys doing what it is that you see value in. Reach out to Sure Trader, call a rep, and ask them the pros and cons compared to, like Fidelity and TD Ameritrade and Robinhood, all these different apps and brokerage companies that we use in the States, and see how they compare to them. Just ask, and it's reaching out to them. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. All those that have questions on how to use TD Ameritrade, the Thinkorswim platform, the one that I'm using, just call a rep and they will walk you through the entire process of whatever it is that you need to set up. Same with Fidelity and same with Robinhood. Robinhood is definitely a not a nice person to try to reach out to because they take so long because our customer support sucks. But guys, please just, if you guys can, do your own DD and trying to figure it out yourself. And if you really can't, then that's what we're here for. But I just feel like people don't even try or really Google search something and then they reach out to me. So, oh my goodness, Tanner, freaking crap, dude. You're freaking, yeah, the crunch berries. Let's go. So Ivan Cantu saying, Ricky, I'd love to hear back from you. I'm a new trader, but I don't know where to start. And guys, okay, so JDST broke above $61, so we're good there. I do want to make sure, and I'm going to continue trying to kind of talk about it little by little. I am working on a lesson library, and it's going to be just content that I create that's going to go over the complete fundamentals on how to start, the very basics of trading all the way to, my style of trading and what has led to my success when it came to trading. So it's pretty much going to be everything that you need to know about what it is that I know about the market and what has led to my success. And it's going to be structured. And the reason that I say that is because we get a majority of our messages are that same question. Hey, Ricky, where do I start? And I'm like, well, I've made, hundreds of videos on YouTube that are all for free for you guys to watch. But I know there's so many videos out there that it's very overwhelming and it's very hard to pinpoint where to start. So I'm creating this lesson library that's going to be structured and tell you exactly, what it is that I've done that has led to my success. And there's going to be quizzes and get you guys through the entire just concept of the market and my own approach. And that will be available within 2 weeks. I just want you guys to know, for those that are watching or for those that you see continue asking that specific question, if you can just remind them that I am working on the specific content to make sure that I can answer all those questions and to provide a better general understanding within the TechBud Solutions platform, just because if I can increase the quality of information being shared by simply, having people taking this lesson library and then funneling them to a group chat to only people that have taken this specific lesson library, then the overall information being shared within that group chat is going to be that much more effective because they all have a better general understanding than, people that are starting at all different levels within the, normal TechBud Solutions group. So just wanted to disclose that and wanted to keep you guys up to date that I'm still working on that. I'm making 5 to 6, 7 videos a day. And it's definitely something that I'm trying to work on for you guys. It just does take a lot of my time because I want to make sure that it's, the best quality that I can create for you guys. So just wanted to let you guys know on that. Again, what's the best platform for a newbie? Comes down to what it is. I've made a video, so if you guys search up, what what's the best or what brokerage company should I choose, and then put my name on YouTube, a video will pop up. I think it's one of my top videos if you go under popular videos. But yeah, 40K soon for you. Yep, that's Tanner keeps. Let's see. Are you going to make a video once I release it? So I think you're talking about the lesson library. I'm going to be making a video once I release that specific lesson library. I will. I'll be keeping the group up to date, and you guys will be know 100% once it's out. Do I invest in cryptocurrencies? I personally do not invest, but we do have a subgroup within TechBot Solutions that does deal with that specific topic. Do a race with Tanner, Ricky. So I don't want to embarrass Tanner, you know. I don't want to embarrass him because my Z06, it's 650 horsepower. Totally kidding, man. Totally kidding. Now, I mean, I'd be more than willing to. I just can't put any more miles on the Z06. And then if I buy a car, if I'm thinking about buying another car in California, and if I buy another car, then I'll go pick it up, and I'll make sure the first thing that I do is to race him for you guys. But that's really just it. So I'm gonna just share my screen real quick and then have you guys see how JDST is performing as well as AMD, just to give you guys a quick little update. But as you guys can see, JDST is starting a flat line at $61, so it's showing signs of a support and showing signs of a bounce. So that's pretty good. Again, we want to make sure that we see signs of upward momentum. So I'm gonna set my alert once it breaks above 61.50, and I'm gonna simply right click and then go when it goes above 61.50. Now let's go to AMD. AMD is looking like it bounced at 1312 again. Again, guys, it comes down to being patient and waiting for the stock to perform the way that you want it to. Overall, guys, I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. For those that haven't done so already, feel free to browse around our channel. We have a series of helpful videos that can answer a bunch of frequently asked questions. And I can't, first, please do your own DD. Try to figure it out yourself. If you can't, then that's why you have the group. And then be sure to check out yesterday's video on the top 5 stocks. Make sure you check out Connor if you don't like my style of trading because it's more technical. Connor does more of momentum trading, so feel free to check him out. An amazing momentum trading. He has really good tips on how to trade breakout stocks, as well as Brad. Brad's been growing very quickly, so be sure to capture on his hype. He had a member that made over $28,000 on his first trade. Guys, I swear, it's not a joke if you guys can see the thumbnail. It just shows you the type of quality group that Brad is, runs within TechBot Solutions. And again, if you're part of TechBot Solutions and you guys want to get into the Discord, group chat, then just know that the Facebook group, once you get accepted to the TechBot Solutions Facebook group, it's on the top pinned post, and the main group chat link is on the very top. And then Brad's OTC stock group is on the second link. And then please just be sure to click see more and then agree to all the rules. You will get kicked out if you don't follow all the rules that we have set up, and then we will not be unrestricting you. So that's really just it. I'm reading Tanner's messages. My car's combined 0 to 60 is faster than Ricky's one. Oh, I'm sure, man. The only car I think that you have that can beat me is the GTR Nismo. I don't think your other one can beat me. I'm not too sure. If I ever get the Lamborghini back. All right. So that is it, guys. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Can't thank you guys enough for the love and support. If you guys can give the video a thumbs up, we'd appreciate it. But most importantly, guys, all we want to encourage is if you don't see value in our group, again, it's all free. and you don't want to be a part of our community, that's 100% okay. All I want to remind you guys is that, be realistic when it comes to approaching your goals. Have a plan, set up a plan, and make sure, you stick to it. Be consistent, be driven by your passion, and most importantly, try to be unique and put your own twist to it when it comes down to trying to achieve any form of success. And I think it's going to be a lot easier for you guys because you guys will be having, fun on the way there. So again, today's recap very quickly: don't force a trade. If the stocks aren't performing the way that you expected it to, then simply, don't trade, take a step back, dedicate a little bit more time that day to identify potential for the following day. And then, again, don't force it the following day, but see, if it has potential for this upcoming day. So I will be making, again, a video about the McLaren. If you guys want to check that out. Can't thank you guys enough for everything it is that you guys do. I just got an alert that LPCN is down 5%. What a surprise. So like always, guys, let's continue working hard, continue doing what it is that we love. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys. Peace.